7,000 years ago, the Sahara Desert was not the sand-blasted arid wasteland it is now, and mummified human remains from two women who lived and died in what is now northwestern Morocco when it was a lush savannah paint a picture of the people who inhabited this verdant land. Their genomes, recently sequenced by researchers, offer the first genetic glimpse of ancient North Africans from this region during that period. Published in the journal Nature, the study sheds light on a population that thrived in a green Sahara before its dramatic transformation. The women were buried in the Ifri Namora Musa, a cave that also housed the remains of at least 8 others. Geneticist Rosa Friegel from the University of La Laguna in Spain, who co-led the research, describes their population as small and isolated, with minimal interaction with outsiders. This isolation led to a community that was a genetic relic, distinct from both modern North Africans and other ancient groups in the region. During the African humid period, roughly 10,000 to 5,000 years ago, the Sahara was a flourishing landscape of rivers, lakes and grasslands. Archaeological evidence reveals that humans adapted to this environment, initially hunting and fishing, and then later herding livestock as the climate shifted. The two women lived towards the end of the wet phase, a time when the region was beginning to dry. Their DNA shows a unique blend of ancestry with links to ancient Levantine populations from the eastern Mediterranean and a very limited sub-Saharan African component. Notably, there's little trace of gene flow from the contemporaneous European or Middle Eastern groups, suggesting barriers, perhaps the Atlas Mountains or the Sahara's vastness, kept their community apart. The paper, called Ancient DNA from the Green Sahara Reveals Ancestral North African Lineage, explains how items from the burial site, including pottery and cattle bones, hint at their lifestyle. The presence of cattle suggests that they were early pastoralists, a shift prompted by the changing climate. Chemical analysis of their bones indicates a diet heavy in plants, possibly supplemented by dairy from their herds. This aligns with broader evidence of diverse cultures across the Green Sahara, from hunter-gatherers to early farmers, though the genetic data highlights how isolated some groups remained. As the African humid period ended around 5,000 years ago, the Sahara dried out, forcing its inhabitants to adapt, migrate or perish. The population these women belong to appears to have vanished, leaving no clear genetic legacy in modern North Africa. Their distinct ancestry highlights the mosaic of peoples who once thrived there, many erased by the desert's advance. The paper's abstract read, although it is one of the most arid regions today, the Sahara Desert was a green savanna during the African humid period, AHP, between 14,500 and 5,000 years before present, with water bodies promoting human occupation and the spread of pastoralism in the Middle Holocene epoch. DNA rarely preserves well in this region, limiting knowledge of the Sahara's genetic history and demographic past. Here we report ancient genomic data from Central Sahara, obtained from 2 approximately 7,000-year-old pastoral Neolithic female individuals buried in the Takakori rock shelter in southwestern Libya. The majority of Takakori individuals' ancestry stems from a previously unknown North African genetic lineage that diverged from sub-Saharan African lineages around the same time as present-day humans outside Africa and remained isolated throughout most of its existence. Both Takakori individuals are closely related to ancestry first documented in 15,000-year-old foragers from Tafarolt Cave, Morocco, associated with the Ibero-Mauritian lithic industry and predating the AHP. Takakori and Ibero-Mauritian associated individuals are equally distantly related to sub-Saharan lineages, suggesting limited gene flow from sub-Saharan to northern Africa during the AHP. In contrast to Tafarolt individuals, who have half the Neanderthal admixture of non-Africans, Takakori shows 10 times less Neanderthal ancestry than Levantine farmers, yet significantly more than contemporary sub-Saharan genomes. Our findings suggest that pastoralism spread through cultural diffusion into a deeply divergent, isolated North African lineage that had probably been widespread in northern Africa during the late Pleistocene epoch. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube's Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.